You're like, oh no, we're gonna win this.
What did you told me?
We're gonna win this week.
You ready to? Okay, that's enough. Are you ready to start?
I suppose so.
3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to this episode of DT's Week in Review. I'm Michael Cantu, opinions editor for the Daily Toreador.
Jericho Rosas, opinions columnist for the Daily Toreador.
Jericho, how's your week, man? Heard you lost an election.
I pulled a good old Hillary. The good old men and women of the Pi Tau Sigma Mechanical Engineering Honor Society.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who did you not?
It was not my fault.
Right,
Let me be clear. It was not my
I
fault.
doubt it.
It was my opponent.
He was
let
better than you.
No, he had the bigger hands.
Okay.
And the higher IQ. The best words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really the best words.
The best.
The best.
All the best.
The
and
best.
you had nothing.
Yeah.
What was it for? What was the spot?
It was for social media chair. Yeah.
Remind me again how many times you posted social. You've actually been pretty active here, like this last week.
Yeah.
On social media. What's happened? You have free time now?
No, I've just been neglecting my responsibilities mainly.
I had a kid.
Just sitting up late at night, trying to do homework, and then you just say, I'll just,
Man, you're taking a
get
page
on
out of my
the
book.
Twitter box here, maybe.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I had 3 tests today, which is Thursday. And ask me, Jericho, how many of those tests I studied for.
Oh, how many of those tests did you study for,
I studied
Michael?
for not a 1.
Oh, not one?
Not a 1.
Not a 1.
Out
So
of
did you
the
study
3.
for 2?
Nope.
Not 3?
No, not
Oh,
even
so that
3.
means it was...
I studied for 0.
0.
Yeah.
You studied for
'cause
0.
I'm an idiot, if you didn't know this.
I see.
Holy Christ. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I knew Tuesday, because I knew there was a test in one of my classes, and then in my web design class, like last week, and I was like, okay, let's get on the ball, Michael. This was last Tuesday. And then Thursday comes and they say, okay, you have tests coming up. Everybody be careful. And then the past Tuesday, in my first class of Tuesday, Thursday, the guy is like, all right, we have a test Thursday. I'm like, oh, cool, actually. I was planning on doing a lot of studying on Wednesday, and guess what I didn't do on Wednesday?
I'm going to guess study.
No, I did not do that.
Oh.
I did none of that.
Yeah,
Because I'm dumb. I hate myself for that. So I might drop out of college.
Me too. I've been considering this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, twins.
Sisters?
Who would have thunk it? Yeah.
Sisters?
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh boy. Look at us, 2 college dropouts. Just like Bill Gates and the other one.
We could start a whatever company. I don't even know what they did. They just made a lot of money doing it. Yeah, honestly.
Well, I don't know what they made, but they made some wealth.
And they make the internet?
I think they did something like that. What do you guys do? We generate wealth. How?
By being.
By making money.
Maybe they print more money. Maybe that's their secret. They print their own money.
They print their own money. Yeah, no, that's a good old, throwback to like a whole 3 weeks ago, maybe.
What do you ever think, though, that money is
No,
all
money does not
imaginary?
work like that, Michael.
All right.
It's like the good old Bitcoin. You just make more of it.
That's not doing well.
Oh, no. Actually, yeah. There was just yesterday, there was a pretty big crash in the market for a similar cryptocurrency. And, now a major little... what do they call it? Those little marketplaces?
the dark webs? I don't know.
No. It's like a marketplace. The guys the middlemen. They got in some serious trouble for maybe dipping their hands in the cookie jar.
Ooh,
yeah,
we can't do that.
Yeah.
So there's morals in the dark realms of currency.
The nether web, as they call it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Is there a code of conduct?
I'm not too
guessing
sure.
there has to be something like that if you're gonna get people in trouble for that.
I'm thinking it's the law. The law is the code of conduct.
The law still pertains to fake
I think
currency?
the law does.
That's interesting.
I mean,
this shows you how much I don't really know about Bitcoin, honestly. I always thought it was just like fake play money. Like
it is like
money.
play. I can't talk.
Fake play money.
It is like fake play money.
Hash slinging, rash ringing.
Stop that.
Hash dinging.
So this the people called Coinbase, and the currency was called Ethereum, because we live in World of Warcraft now.
That's disgusting. I imagine a tubby ponytailed man just at the...
Oh no, my Ethereum's gone!
Mom, my Ethereum! Mom, Ethereum!
Yeah. So yeah, they're under investigation for that now. Good. By whoever handles these. Oh, it's the CFTC. I believe that's the.
Oh yeah, that's a good acronym.
Fair Trade Commission.
Oh.
I believe they're called. Or no. Actually, no.
It's not them.
No, this is the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission.
U.S. Commodities Futures Trading.
I wasn't even aware we had a commission for that.
We do. I actually headed up.
Oh, you had.
I told you about that.
Oh, I wasn't aware you were old enough to be on that council.
I'm old enough to do a lot of things.
Oh.
Except rent a car.
On that note.
Oh, yeah, actually. So, everybody was so pissed off that we lost to Oklahoma State University on Saturday that people got belligerently drunk. 2 men, in particular, got belligerently drunk.
They weren't us.
Yeah, they weren't students.
They weren't Michael and I.
Oh, well...
Michael and me.
Well, I was belligerently drunk, but I wasn't these 2 men.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, did I just make it?
No, we're exonerating ourselves. We're exonerating ourselves, Michael.
Never mind, Mother, if you're listening. I was not belligerently drunk. I was in church praying to the Lord.
Not
dear Jesus.
Getting into a police chase.
No.
Not doing that.
So these 2 gentlemen get belligerently drunk. One of them, if I'm correct, starts shooting off a gun.
Same.
In Lubbock.
Same.
Like.
Oh, was this Raider Red? Was it? Wait! Was it the mascots? was it the cowboy guy and then Raider Red that they get like belligerently drunk and go on like a drunken tirade? Is that what you're alluding to, Michael?
No, Jericho. That's no. But that's clever. Oh, I could only imagine an interaction with like the police and Raider Red. Like, sir, license and registration.
He can't talk.
Exactly.
That's the joke.
Of it.
That's the
sir,
joke.
License and registration, please, sir.
Just whips out a big old tech ID, like a mascot.
This is
size, a mascot size tech ID.
It's like big foam in his body. Well,
do you have any firearms in the car, sir? That's when he books it.
So anyways, these 2 fellas are shooting off guns in the middle of town. A policeman goes over there because he's like, not in my town. And then so they get in their SUV, start driving around, and incite a police chase at 1:15 in the morning on a Sunday when they should be asleep getting ready for church. Yep. They're out drunk. So they actually ran through the part of campus, I think, near, not that close to, but by the Drive of Champions, kind of near where all those science-y buildings are.
Oh.
And then went onto the Marcia.
So I live there now, is what you're saying. Near where I am.
Yeah.
So that's my, like, residence.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I've been needing to claim a place of residence for a while, so I'll just claim the engineering key is that.
There you have it. You're welcome.
Interesting. So
then the car stalls on the Marcia, and they start it back up again, and then they get arrested near the Burger King. You can't make this stuff up. Life is beautiful, isn't it?
Speaking of the OSU game.
Unfortunately, they didn't get fries with that.
Speaking of the OSU game, Michael.
Yeah.
Did you,
Did I?
Did you not goof on that one?
I goofed. The one time I had confidence in Cliff.
I told you.
He's an idiot.
I was adamant. I was adamant on the fact.
I'm going to Kansas with Dorothy and Toto.
I was adamant on the fact that we were going to lose because I know we suck at predicting stuff, and if we had predicted wrong, we would have won. This is your fault.
You know what?
I held true to my belief that we are like the inverters of reality. You know,
I can live with that.
pretty much everything we say doesn't go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get an A. I'm going to study for my test. None of that. Ever. Cliff is going to win. Nope. Life's going to be fun.
You gotta say you're going to fail then. Oh, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail.
Oh, I was saying a lot of that.
Fail.
I was saying a lot of that before I went into my test.
Oh, so you probably did pretty well.
Actually, now that you say that.
You see?
Christ
Oh,
on
boy.
a bike. Clifford.
Yeah, that was a rough loss. 5 minutes to go. We have to move the ball like maybe 150 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It wasn't even that one. Like, before halftime, they were, like, right at the goal line. No, not this one.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the end zone. Right there, next to the touchdown box. Like 5 feet away.
Shimmy and the boys.
Did
not get it done.
Turn out.
Yeah, neither did Cliff. It's just like, oh, we'll run the ball now. Let's run the ball again. This is turning out great. Let's run it again. And we're at 4th and 20, and Shimonek's like, oh boy, I better throw the ball now.
I will say my favorite part of that game was listening to the thud of the 2 field goal attempts that OSU had.
Yeah.
That didn't go in. Oh, the first one was pretty. The second one was gorgeous.
That was the Lord smiling upon Tex saying, don't F this up. I'm handing you the win on a silver platter.
Throw the ball, Cliff. Throw the ball like it's thrown off of the field goal post.
Mike Leach is like, rolling in his bed.
Recliner.
He's alive. So
yeah,
he's rolling in his recliner right now.
That's his reason to drink now.
Mike Leach. Poor Mike Leach.
Poor
What
Mike
Cliff
Leach.
has done to Mike Leach's team is just disgusting.
It's though it is a testament to what we can do with our future. If we mess up that many times, we can still have a job.
And we can still lose.
Yeah, you can still lose and suck and still get paid more than just about anybody on campus.
You got a $48 million training facility.
Yeah.
Right behind the engineers. I'm just saying.
The engineers built it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I actually became acquainted with one of the contractors this week. I finally know who to yell at.
Was his name Joe?
I don't know his name.
Oh, I see. I feel like he would be named Joe. Was he wearing a hard hat at the time?
No.
And how do you know
he was a very modestly dressed man.
Oh, okay.
He wore a polo.
Plebeians.
Yeah, I think he was.
The working class.
No, I think he may have been a little bougie. Oh. Yeah, he was wearing not boots.
Oh.
He was wearing the loafers, the drivers. Yeah.
My God. I didn't know that I was that my dress allowed me to build buildings.
I guess so. Yeah, you just gotta dress the part, as they say.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is quite interesting.
Sorry, I got caught up in something for half a second. But where were we going with this? So the two guys. What are we talking about? Oh, Cliff. Clifford.
Cliff.
God.
Cliff, if you're listening,
please, for the love of Christ,
just leave. Go away. Give us Mike Leach back.
Throw the ball and chase after it. Just keep throwing and keep running after it.
I want Mahomes back. I want Mahomes and Mike Leach on the same team.
Oh my God.
And I want Jakeem back. And Crabtree.
My goodness, could you imagine?
And this defense.
Crabtree, Grant, Mahomes, under the guidance of Mike Leach with this defense.
We'll even throw Graham Harrell in there. He can throw some passes, probably.
My God, we would have... Like, we would have won a Super Bowl. That's how good that team would have been. Like, it would have, gone out of the bounds of college football.
We would have transcended the NCAA.
Exactly.
Gone into, pro level.
Jerry Jones would have said, "My God, you boys need to play here." Tell you
Boys.
what, them boys lost this weekend too. I love watching them lose. I'm not a football guy. I don't give two hoots. But that's always a fun jab to somebody. Because there's so many people who are just
boys, man.
dumb about it. Poor America's team. But that is a good euphemism for America.
I suppose so. Speaking of America, how about Donald Trump in Puerto Rico?
Oh, well, I mean, in his defense, it was only 16 people.
I don't even know where to start.
Oh.
Did you see the good old little edited video?
Oh my god!
I sent you of
you did
of Larry Bird.
I've only
Wait, did I send you the Larry Bird one?
I think you did. I've seen like 80 billion of like where people have edited him in a basketball court, just with the paper towels. Now, if you don't know the story behind this, people are getting upset because Donald, our dearest fearless leader,
He
President
decided
Donald
he
Trump,
wants to try out for the Washington Wizards. Apparently, he's going to just try shooting up some hoops and stuff and such as that.
He's gonna go play on the same team as Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon.
Oh, the Tropics.
There we go. Yeah, the Tropics.
Lord, I don't know what he was thinking.
I thought it was great. Honestly, like, there's sometimes wherever people are like, "Can you believe that person?" Oh, yeah, you did send that to me.
Did I send you that one, or did I send you another one?
I've seen this one and something else, but...
I sent you the one with it was the last few seconds of the Heat Spurs finals a few years ago.
Okay.
And then it pans over to Donald shooting the paper towels. Oh boy.
I think all the news outlets are getting a little bit too much on his skin for that. That one, that instance in particular, I'll let it slide because I thought that was funny.
On a separate, more kind of serious note, though, he has said some quite not so nice things about Puerto Rico.
Absolutely.
Like your budget's a mess.
Yeah.
Quit being poor.
You really threw it.
Quit relying on us. You really threw a wrench in our budget.
Yeah, really threw a wrench in our budget. Oh, that's my thought of it. That's my idea of a joke.
$15 trillion in military spending.
God.
It was Puerto Rico that threw the wrench in the budget.
Honestly, I'm curious to know from him specifically if he actually did know that Puerto Rico is, part of the U.S. I think he thought it was like
Haiti,
Mexican. They're brown. Mexicans build a wall.
Mexicans. What? There's no wall on the sea. We're gonna build a seawall. Seawall. Lord.
The man.
What runs through his head? I feel like it's just a bunch of things like that.
Honestly, it's hard to explain because sometimes I think he's actually serious about some of the things he says. Other times I think
is he going senile?
I think he's been senile. Whenever he started that reality show.
That was it. He was like 50, wasn't he? He was pretty youngish. Yeah. Am I going senile?
You've been senile, my friend.
Oh boy. Well, I guess I better run for president now. Can I get my own tie line now? I think this is where it starts.
Have you ever seen David Letterman, who's not been on the air for a good 3 or 4 years? You ever seen his little? He interviews Donald Trump. This is quite a few years before he thought of becoming. I think 2012 or 2010, something like that. Mm-hmm. Well, he's asking Donald about American jobs and outsourcing, and Donald's like, yeah, well, all these Republicans and all these Democrats need to keep the jobs in the United States. And then David Letterman pulls from the side of his desk a ton of ties that Donald Trump said, "Are these your ties?" And yeah, they're my ties. And then Letterman's
they look pretty good.
These are really great. You can buy them at Macy's.
American stores, American brand.
He looks at the bottom of the tie. Oh, where does that look? Where does that look like it's made there, Donald?
Oh, it says Cambodia, USA.
It says China, and the crowd.
I believe it's in Illinois.
And he does that stupid smirk. Oh, that stupid smirk he does. Every time he says, yeah. You can't see it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Little lips curling, and you just want to punch him in the face. Lord.
Sock him.
I'll sock you right in the face.
Before we move on,
Buckley.
I was talking to my sister the other day. You know what she said?
What did she say?
Well, it has a lot to do with self-deprecation, and by self-deprecation, I mean Jericho deprecation.
Oh, fine. Oh, this ought to be nice. Let it go.
Well, because apparently he's an avid listener of this podcast.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. So,
I was not aware.
Our listener base is my mother and my sister.
Oh, weird guy from engineering. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening.
You scared me when you approached me that morning. Let me tell you, I was terrified. I thought the idea that someone knows who I am is just absolutely terrifying to me. I think my mom might be listening in. Hi, Mom. My dad is probably being forced to listen to this as well. I'm sorry. You can feel free to stop listening now if you'd like.
You can use some of these jokes next time you go to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm giving them material. So I'm
okay.
My sister. I don't know why. She's talking about this, and then she asked me, "Yeah, man, I don't know. What does Jericho look like?" And I said, "Well, what would you imagine he looked like?"
Oh no! Oh no!
Let me try to get this right. I believe she said, and I quote, "I'd imagine that he kind of looks a little bit emo and drives a skateboard." And I was like, "Oh my God, you got it right on the money."
I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
By a little bit. It's a loose term, but yeah. I mean, if we were in 2010, you'd fit the bill.
Maybe.
The dark hair, hatred for life.
You mean the
dark clothing,
brown hair? Yeah, dark clothing.
Dark
I'm not a very big fan of pastel colors. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh Lord.
Then she said, then, and drives a skateboard and looks a little bit emo. And I laughed until the cows came home. And let me tell you, Jericho, the cows don't come home very early. They come home pretty late. They're busy lives.
Sorry, I don't know much about that. I'm not a cowboy.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
A Red Raider. Just catching L's.
Dream no little dreams, Jericho. Dream no little dreams.
Oh boy. God bless Texas Tech.
Always reminds me of something my mother used to tell me. What is that, you ask? Okay.
Yes, what is that? What is that I'm alluding to with the...
She used to tell me, Michael, why don't you have any pants on right now?
Oh, God.
Oh, I hate myself for that one. Well,
boy.
I get also in the news this week, a very serious topic as well.
Yeah.
Once again, the United States has been plagued by another instance of violence. More specifically, I guess, if you want to include gun violence. On a scale that's not been seen recently. I believe the final count's been 59 people killed in Las Vegas and many, many more injured. It was weird waking up Monday morning because, working here and in another place, both that have to do with the news business, my email's blasting all the time with just, things that are going on here and around the country. And waking up to, 5 or 6 emails and 3 or 4 push alerts saying that there's, at the time, 40 people dead at a concert in Las Vegas is weird. It's a weird way to start off a Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, what was your Monday like?
Roughly the same, actually. Yeah. I mean, I saw the news alert probably a few minutes after it had been reported. I mean, it is pretty jolting to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea that, I don't know if someone would even have the I guess gall to do something like this is just, I don't know.
Man, and
yeah. For I don't, it's a terrible thing. It really is.
And the thing about it is the first thing is and the first thing I see that day, I log on to Facebook, and the first thing that pops up is a video of the night, and I haven't read anything. I've skipped through all the emails and the push alerts. I kind of figured something's going on, but I go straight to Facebook, and the first video I see is just I think it's one of the more common ones where it's kind of in the back of everything, and all you really hear is just the pop pop after one another. And I didn't know what the hell was going on, but my God,
it's just it's a very different type of violence, I think, than what's been reported on recently, just because this didn't seem to be politically motivated or really motivated at all. It just seems to be I think, random and kind of haphazard in nature, and I think that's the most terrifying thing.
And I think that might also be, if only near the only shining light in this, and that there was no sides politically. There was no, I'm against this. It was the nature in its randomness kind of makes it now to where we can't point fingers at one person or another at this time, at least.
Exactly.
We can think about it. We can look at all the angles. We can look at all the facts, and see. Well, it's one person who has a gun. They kill a bunch of other people. No real motivation there. Just really weird.
Kind of snapped.
Out of this world. Just factors that contributed to such things.
Mm-hmm.
The whole situation's just odd.
Yeah. And, I mean, this time will tell slowly what motivated him, but I feel like this will be one of those things that we just never really understand entirely. But, I mean, even still, it hasn't stopped the conversations around, gun control.
Which is natural.
Race, politics, all that stuff still. Why wasn't he branded a terrorist?
Yeah.
As, he is. It's just odd situation.
And that's not really politicizing the event. That's not really, trying to poke fun at anything. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You can't overlook the fact that somebody committed an act of terrorism on a large scale by themselves.
Yeah.
Inside of the confines of the country.
For no
huge venue.
For no particular well-defined reason either. I think that's the real just jab at everything. If it's someone like an Islamic, radicalized terrorist, it's really easy to understand.
Exactly.
And,
this was a fellow who seemed to have it made.
Yeah. He had money, had a wife. By all accounts, a relatively normal person. It's just odd. Just surreal.
It's frightening to think that even, the neighbor can become deranged. And
yeah.
Reminds me of a serial... I listened to that Serial podcast, and one of the things that I remember clearly was one of the, I think she talked to a psychologist of some type or a psychiatrist, and they were talking about how people can commit acts of violence without even really knowing what they're doing. Like somebody can murder somebody else, and before anything really happens, they might just get really pissed off or really angry. And then black out, and then do something, and then wake up in jail 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah,
but this, I don't know if this would be the same situation.
It seemed very methodical. It seemed thought out. This was premeditated.
Yes,
by all accounts. The guy sent his wife overseas, wired $100,000 to the family.
Yeah,
just
spend all this money on camera equipment.
Yeah, that's one of the more disturbing facts, I guess, of this whole situation. I don't understand at all, really. It's just
all just to commit
really odd.
Suicide in the end, too.
Yeah,
that's an escape. That's a weird escape. Because you do this, you kill almost 60 people, and then you don't have to suffer the consequences. At least in this earthly fashion. Yeah. If you believe something else, and that's totally up to you, but, at least here in the physical form, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
That's a comforting thought.
Sure.
I mean, you do all this stuff, and you don't have to pay a nickel. You don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
You get away with it.
Yeah.
It's frightening.
Yeah, it is quite frightening. I mean, the idea that that's even possible, I mean, should be enough to kind of jolt someone into maybe waking up in the morning and not being so harsh about their own situations. And stuff. I mean, just kind of take life as it comes and be appreciative of it. I mean, clearly, it could just poof, go away one day, you know? It's just, I don't know.
You imagine being some of those people, you wake up ready for your
Country music concert.
And you're gonna have a good day. You're gonna have a good Sunday night. I don't anticipate you're gonna go to work Monday. That's also cool. Then that happens. Christ on a bike. Could imagine. This also opens up the gateway for, again, the gun control argument, which, I don't know, man. I don't know. In the past, I've always thought to myself, yeah, most of the time there is an outline that people follow, somewhat deranged, somewhat criminal.
Yeah.
And so, it's obvious, well, if we would have had a little bit more control on what this person could buy, then it could have stopped the situation. But this is definitely an outlier.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing
to
go off of.
I mean, this is what libertarians and conservatives alike point to and say it can happen literally to anyone. Yeah. I mean, there's no way to control.
With or without that.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to go down the gun control argument, I mean, this is not really something predictable. I mean, obviously, if you really dug into the numbers and kind of crunched them, you could probably pull them out, but like you said, it'd still be an outlier.
This is a big one, too.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't... Oh, you're not going to compare deaths, but if you look at, the Sandy Hooks and then your Columbines,
those are pretty...
Those are huge events still.
Yeah.
Not going to take anything away from that, but this is bigger in scope.
Yeah.
You just trap these people like fishes. That's awful.
Yeah. Just... I don't know. It's quite terrible. It's just an odd situation to be in. You can never just be forthright in saying, no gun control ever, especially with something like this happening.
Yeah.
But, then you get to the point where it's like, well, how would this have helped?
Yeah, I feel that.
We have so many firearms in this country. There's no way to prevent something like this at all.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's almost impossible.
Who else was at that concert? This is a fellow from Idlew.
Yeah, I heard. I watched that on the local news.
Yeah,
this week. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah,
what's his name? What's his name?
He's there with his wife, wasn't he?
Josh Abbott. Is that who it was?
No. What?
Wasn't it Josh Abbott that was there too?
I don't know about that, but there's definitely a lot of couple there.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I was thinking of something. I was thinking of the band too.
Oh, okay. The band.
Yeah. I think
I'm not sure. No.
One of their guitarists was I think he tweeted out, this kind of changes my perspective on gun control. Mm-hmm. And again, one of the local news stations picked that up and just wrote the story about the tweet. This happened. This person tweeted this. Here are a little more facts about what happened. And people in Lubbock lost their minds. About the Broski changes his mind he changes his stance. I believe beforehand he was very don't touch anything, don't regulate anything, and then now he's kind of rethinking that. That's not to prove one thing or the other. That is just to say though that that this does change perspectives in all forms, I guess. But to also say that you're gonna stop listening to the band or disown them because of somebody's opinion.
Yeah.
Especially in this situation. Maybe he could have, maybe he couldn't have, but, I mean,
Yeah.
he was there. You weren't.
Yeah.
But also that Lubbock couple, too. I mean, no, not Lubbock couple. It was a Tech
Is it Tech
Rad.
Was it a Tech Rad?
Tech Rad, yeah.
Okay.
I think we have, but I don't even remember what her name was, but yeah, shot, too. She got a picture with the president.
Oh.
It's shining light and all this for her, I guess.
If you want to call it that. Is he tossing basketballs in the photo?
No.
Lord. But
I mean,
yeah,
it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Dana Gibbs. She'd have surgery.
Okay.
Oh.
Man. Yeah, I know
shot.
there's a lot of people that you know, whom I'm acquainted with, or secondarily acquainted with. People there, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I saw
And this is a fairly local event for Lubbock, you know.
Yeah, in the grand
Vegas
scheme
is
of
not that far.
It's a short flight away.
Yeah, I mean,
Long
it's like
drive.
the nearest big city.
Yeah.
Maybe.
One of
the nearest.
Yeah, and I saw somebody saw me a friend's Snap story she was there.
Okay.
And 10 o'clock Sunday night, everything's as usual. It's getting crazy out there. 1 o'clock Monday morning, she's leaving town, and nobody's outside. Nobody's in the casinos.
Yeah.
Nobody. The airport is
Dead.
plus 5,000 on the security scale. You know, they're doing a lot more than they did beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's I don't understand. You know, if it's difficult for people also to keep a positive view on things whenever things like that happen.
Yeah.
Does that not make you a little bit more cynical?
No, it definitely does. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. I mean,
And
like,
the one
how do you not be after?
exactly, but the one thing, also for me at least is whenever something like this happens, you really, I don't want to think that the world is just a big old violent fishbowl that people are shooting each other and
But it really is.
Is it?
I mean, if we're talking about grand scheme of things, not the United States is not, but I mean, humans by nature are kind of terrible.
Okay.
I mean,
put it that way.
We need to, I don't know,
regulate the humans.
Yeah, regulate the humans. I mean, there needs to be a serious discussion in this country about like what is acceptable, behavior for people, and I mean, it honestly, I mean, it starts with like talking about mental health. Starts with talking about, just general morality and why certain things are not, permissible. I mean, it's just, I don't know. These are uncomfortable conversations to have.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to talk about why, everyone's kind of wrong. Whatever. I mean,
exactly.
Things get so heated so quickly, and I mean, there's just kind of there's not really a way to have these conversations, ideologically speaking.
Yeah, because a lot of times they just kind of dismiss it as, I don't want to talk about this. I don't know.
Quick grandstanding.
Yes.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Conan O'Brien made an interesting point the other day. I think Monday night. He said something along the lines of, I have a file. One of my writers handed me a file over, all the speeches I've had over the mass shootings over the past 15 years. Like, why do I have this ready to go? It's a sad thing to think about.
Yeah.
Even the funny men can't even do their jobs.
Yeah.
Because what do you say? You can't say anything bad about the situation, really. You can't poke fun at it, or you can, but I mean, it's not that
hard. I mean,
kind of falls into that moral what's right, what's wrong thing. There's some things you can joke about, but there's other things that, I don't know, after a while maybe, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be that guy.
I don't think there's a way to kind of poke fun or make light of the situation at all. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Well, like I said, I'd really rather not make the world out to be a terrible place just because of something like this. But each passing instance makes it quite a bit harder not to do that. You know?
Yeah, I can definitely see that being the case. It's just, I mean, how do you not feel cynical about something like this? You know, it's just really kind of hard.
Exactly.
And I mean, just day-to-day life, I mean, I don't know. Keeping stuff like this in the back of your head, knowing that anybody's capable of this.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing, and you know we always have these we always have on campus these active shooter trainings too.
Yeah.
And every cop says the same terrible thing. That, you know, it's not if something like this happens, it's when, which also kind of adds on to that notion of, well, Christ, everybody be scared because we're all gonna be shot at.
I mean, statistically speaking, probably not, but
yeah.
I mean,
but again, that negative outlook.
It kind of sucks to think that this stuff's probably never gonna stop.
Yeah, we're too far gone, and you know what we can make and build and have, I guess. I mean, unless we go back to sticks and stones, which I doubt. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna give up my refrigerator just so we don't have weapons.
I mean.
But you have to be smart about it.
You get to a point, I guess, in your human evolution where it's just like the instincts never go away, like the predistribution or the predisposition.
Yeah.
So like, what's the right word? I don't know. You know,
I think it sounds right.
Yeah. You know, to commit these acts, it's just never. It's always there. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, civility is just kind of harnessing, you know, the human spirit, if you will, the thing that, you know, made people survive for millennia. But I mean, I don't know.
And the main question a lot of people ask now is, what can you do? Because honestly, what can you do?
Yeah.
You can't do anything. That's the fun part about it. That's the great thing. You can't do anything about it. It happened, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen again, probably. I don't know where. We don't know from who or when. But it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of life, I guess. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, that's frightening.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being very real about the situation.
No, yeah.
I mean, the only way it doesn't happen is that people change. I mean, that's a tall order. It's a very tall order. So, yeah.
Well,
if you're listening, I mean, just don't be such a... insert derogatory term here. Expletive.
please.
Yeah. You know.
And just don't come. I think also
just
in this.
be nice. God damn, is that hard? You don't gotta be so like, I don't know. Just do something nice for someone. God, is that annoying?
No.
Is that too much to ask? Christ.
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Being nice?
No, I mean like.
Open the door for someone. God, Michael.
But you know, also, you know, what interaction could you have with somebody that could just, you know, really just spark something like that? Maybe you didn't hold the door open. Maybe you cut somebody off.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know. So it could be somebody in traffic 14 days before that who just didn't use their blinker and broski. Went in. That was the straw.
Yeah.
Broke the entire camel.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, maybe next week things will be better. Maybe, maybe life won't be as dreary. Maybe the sun will come out for more than a day.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's also added to this marvelous gloom. It's been Lubbock. Christ on a bike.
Kind of like it.
Ugh.
I can get behind the gloom.
What was that about not being emo again?
It's It's not hot outside.
It was pretty humid.
Today was humid.
Yeah, because I had to walk at a fast pace all the way to Raider Park Garage.
Yeah, about that.
Not gonna talk about that yet.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. Well, until next week, friends. That's it. That's all. Sure hope you had a ball.